On this week's episode, we talk about A Quiet Place, Day 1. And now the pop culture news. We just saw the new installment of the brand new franchise, A Quiet Place, by John Krasinski, and I can't remember the name of the other guy.
Michael. Whatever.
Anyways, they're very good. They're talented. This is the third movie. Krasinski, I think, directed the first and the second. This guy directed the third. And A Quiet Place, Day 1, as the title entitles, is about the beginning of the end, when the earth went silent because of the invasion of these aliens. It's good. You talk first. Go ahead.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great entry. It does feel more like an anthology. We have, for the most part, new characters. We get a glimpse. We get like a couple moments with Jimin Hansu's character.
Who's in the second one?
Yes, but we don't really spend any time with him. He's just... Anyway, I don't want to spoil anything, but like, he's there. He's in the trailer. But other than that, there aren't really any other connections to the rest of the film. It all takes place in New York City with other characters we haven't seen before. I thought this one, the writing, I feel like it lived up to everything, though. We do have the cool thriller aspect of it, this whole like stay silent, and if you make any sound whatsoever, these crazy space alien predators are just gonna like snatch you out of existence. So we have that aspect of it, but this one was very emotional too, just like the others are. And really, I spent the whole time just wanting to hold my babies. It hit hard and got us to what I thought was a really beautiful ending. I thought it was great, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's you know the series. You have to be quiet to survive. You know, if you're a gamer, old time gamer, stealth games.
Yeah.
Where you have to be quiet or the enemy will kill you. And especially back in the day, Metal Gear Solid games, you know, you're only there with a weapon with limited ammunition, so you can go shooting everybody. You have to be quiet, get them by the neck. In this one, you have to be quiet because of gigantic monsters that will eat you in seconds.
Yeah.
So there's that. This one for me was a very interesting experience because the trailer shows the invasion, shows some of the new characters, some a character from the second movie, so there's a connection. And as part of a series, you don't know if that will be part of the main timeline or is on the side like an expanded universe or crossverse. And so you go with full expectations. At least that's what I did. And this one was very interesting because it's it's how can I say that? It's invasion, New York City, global invasion, but we see what's going on there, the biggest city in the planet. And you have our main character. We learn a little bit about her right away. And we learn more throughout the movie. So you have like gigantic potential because you have so much there besides what we knew from the other movies, and all the mechanics, all the dynamic, and all the narrative. But it felt very, very not it felt, I think it is very small. It's a very small movie. Meaning, I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm saying on how the movie is about, let's say, those two characters trying to survive, which for me is very interesting because, again, gigantic thing going on that's changing life on the planet, and they choose to focus on these two characters, and because of that is very is very emotional, even though they are strangers, but they create bonds during survival because of their lives and their experiences, and they bond and true friendship, true love. But for me, it was very interesting on how small it is, on how it's a simple story. The Walking Dead does a little bit of that. It's like the world is destroyed, there's zombies everywhere.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's about this character and the relationship with this character, and they do very well. And in this movie, they did very, very well. It was very interesting. It's like what they call in books interlude.
Yeah.
It's like you have the main story, which again you don't have because everybody is affected by that. I mean, we would call it the main story, the family, John Krasinski's family,
right?
And then you have an interlude about someone else's story, or a chapter about someone else's story. Either way, it is there, and I'm not gonna spoil. If I would probably make more sense if I could spoil.
Yeah, but there, and I've been thinking about this like since we saw the movie. There's one thing about the way they wrote this that I thought was so beautiful and so perfect, but I don't want to take away that moment for anybody. So just trust me, it's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So yeah, don't spoil it.
It's a very interesting. It's a very 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 good movie. Very nice installment for the series. And if it makes Hollywood, if it makes money, they're probably gonna make more, which they should. Even though when we saw the first one, we loved it, and beginning, middle, and end. Even though the end it is the beginning, but there's a solution for the problem, and it was like, wow, what a cool creative original movie. And then they made the second one, and they made this one. So we'll see what the future has in store for A Quiet Place. But this one is definitely one to see if you like the first two.
Yeah, it totally lives up. It lives up to the other two. It stands right next to them. It adds a whole lot to it. Honestly, you could probably watch it on its own, though.
Oh yeah.
And
that's why I said it's an interlude. It's out of that story, and we're going to tell about this story, and next we could go back to the other story, or we could expand a little bit on this to connect to that one.
Yeah, I can think of a few ways if they wanted to make another one. There's definitely room in this world, the way they've created it and the way that they write about these characters. There's totally room to do more like this. So if they wanted to do another one, it was these same guys involved, I would totally see it. I think they've done a great job so far, and it feels, even though we have some things that are people making movies and telling stories about this for ages, like the whole alien invasion, end of the world thing, that's hardly new. These feel really original and worthwhile, very moving, very inspiring, very thoughtful movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, day one, definitely worth seeing. Definitely not for the kids, but like just a really good movie.
Yeah.
Definitely worth your time and a movie ticket.
Yeah. So A Quiet Place Day 1 is available on theaters everywhere.
Okay, that's not all we saw this week. The Bear season 3?
Yeah.
Season 3? Yeah. Dropped on Hulu, FX. Why am I introducing this? I'm obviously missing all the major details. Anyway, The Bear. We watched The Bear. We're all caught up. It's an FX show, right?
It's an FX.
It's an FX show, so it's on Hulu. They dropped the whole season.
FX on Hulu, so the whole season is there. And yeah, we went back where we left on season 2. And but this season was very different. There's a lot of artistic liberties, and by liberties I mean they didn't change what was on the first one, but there's a whole episode of flashback, right? There's like goes throughout their lives in like known narrative way, and then there's a very intimate episode with mother and daughter, and
not just an intimate episode, perhaps the only accurate portrayal of labor on television anywhere that I can think of, or in movies. Yeah. Because in TV and movies, they're always like, oh no, my water broke. We have to get to the hospital now. The baby's coming this moment. Which is anybody who's ever delivered a baby knows, like, that's not how it works. You're in pain for hours or days, perhaps. Anyway, I appreciated that. And also, it was a really beautiful episode. I just wanted to make note of that. All right, carry on.
But it was intimate. So,
yes, that too.
I remain correct.
Yes, you do remain correct. And they also remain correct. And I just shout out to them for showing us like actual
So overall was
labor.
There was very different episodes, flashbacks, like looking deeper into some of their past, but the main story doesn't really move much. I wouldn't say days, maybe weeks, and by weeks I mean maybe a couple weeks.
A couple weeks, not much.
Anyways, the restaurant is full force, and everybody is kind of dealing with their demons. The bear is like looking at his past and looking at his wounds and looking at his future. Sydney, same way, but in different ways.
Yeah.
Of course, everybody else has some things that they look back and they look forward, and everybody is fighting, is working hard for the restaurant to keep going.
Yeah.
And
working hard for the restaurant, working hard for Carmi, because there is this whole like intense family dynamic there, and in this season and some of the flashbacks we get a little bit more of why these people care about each other so much, especially the ones who aren't actually part of the family, right? Like cousin is obviously a cousin, and but not every.
Is he?
Isn't he?
Yeah.
You know what? At this point, like there's this anyway. Anyway, so we get some more of why these people are so tight and why they care about each other so much. And he said there's a lot of like dealing with, every character's kind of dealing with their own demons. In a lot of ways, they're also dealing with Carmi's demons too, like and like the fallout from some of that. Not just Carmi. Anyway, so those themes continue. The whole like, I feel like the fighting demons has been like a common theme throughout the show. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, but all that to say that the show doesn't move time-wise. It doesn't move much. And the season ends on a cliffhanger, which, well, we're gonna have to wait and see. It's still good. Even some people kind of like, disliked how they did this season, but it had some highlights. I thought it was. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was different, but not bad. And we'll see what happens next season with drastic changes, big decisions. There's a baby. Sugar has a baby now. But yeah, great cast. Of course, Jamie Lee Curtis showed up again. So was John Bernthal. And
a whole army of real life chefs.
John Cena pops.
Yes.
Yeah.
Olivia Colman returns.
Yeah, the whole there's like a dinner event with all those real life chefs, and they have conversations. I wonder if those conversations are real or they're scripted.
I suspect an element of both. Like maybe there's some scripted things, but also like they're just, I don't know. That's a good question.
Because it's like if they're in the same city and they're fighting for the same industry, they're working on the same industry. Of course, paths will cross, and some of the conversation I was like, Not like it's like, oh, I love your food. It's like not like that. Like stuff more like, oh, I work for this guy. Oh, I work for that guy too. Stuff like that. Anyways, either way, it's still a fun show. And with great talents, and this is gonna happen because it's hell or heaven. It's like glory or destruction. There's no middle ground. It's like life or death. It's like it's about cooking. It's about a restaurant, but things are like, the odds are very. Yeah, you have to see.
You really do. This is I feel like it's a phenomenal show. Everyone and every aspect of the production is delivering on such a high level. And in that way, this season I kept thinking about Breaking Bad and how every actor we've met a few actors.
They don't cook meth.
They don't cook meth. But I'm talking about as a production, yeah. There are very few similarities between the stories. There are no similarities between the stories. Zero.
Nobody has a mustache. No, Fack has a mustache.
Fack has a prodigious mustache. But we've been able to hear from a few actors about working on Breaking Bad and how it was an environment that brought out the best in everybody, and it was an extremely well-run machine. Everyone was working like at the top of their game. Everything was top quality. I kind of get that feeling from The Bear. The actors are turning in like top-notch performances. The writers have crafted something so beautiful. The sets, the details, the cameos they get, everything is just like at a really high level, and there's really nothing I would change about the show. And they're attracting like enormous talent for like short roles and short appearances. Like it's really well done. I think this is a show that like adults period should watch. It's so well done, so well crafted, and it's really holding up. Even though, like you said, this season is very different. It's very introspective, not a lot of like linear narrative moving forward. They've done a great balance too of like the intense drama of Carmi and everything he's going through, and then we've got the Facts, who are such goofballs and total goobers. We have beautiful character arcs where like people are consistently them, but evolving and growing in just ways that is so wholesome and beautiful to watch. And anyway, it's just all around a phenomenal show, and it's just really cool that it takes place at a restaurant.
Yes, and that's it. The Bear is available. All 3 seasons, all the episodes are available on Hulu or FX Now. You should check. And you're gonna be like us, having to wait a year or so for the suspension of the cliffhanger.
Yeah, I can't even be mad about it though. Like it's so beautifully written, and I was like, I need this to keep going, but fine.
Yeah.
Very well.
Anyways, that's it.
Yep.
Of we watch more things. We're not gonna talk about. It doesn't.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah. Well, this week is 4th of July, so happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day tomorrow. I mean today is 4th of July.
Yeah.
And
our 5-year-old keeps telling people, "Happy July! It's almost July," and everyone's like, "Sure, okay."
Yeah. So yeah, so some great 4th of July movies, 1776, The Patriot. Of course, there's Independence Day, the first one. The second one is...
We don't need to talk about the second one. But the first one remains my favorite 4th of July film. Unironically, I freaking love that movie. And Bill Pullman's speech at the end.
Yeah?
It's up there with like
Tonight
Christmas
we cancel the apocalypse!
Yes!
No, that's a different movie.
Is it?
That's the Pacific Rim. That's
Oh, okay, well that's the same vibe. Same vibe.
That's what's the big black guy? What's his bucket?
Isn't it Idris Elba?
Idris Elba. Yeah.
No, this is the Bill Pullman one. Is like, we will not go quietly into the night.
Yeah, that's the one.
And I have a terrible memory, but like every time, chills. And it's a freaking alien movie. Oh man, what a good film. Anyway, so that's obviously one of my favorites.
Yeah. So there's great materials, great movies and series about it. Yeah, it's a good time to celebrate and to watch those movies. If you're gonna go see fireworks, careful.
Yes.
and have fun. But yeah, happy 4th.
Mm-hmm.
On the news of the week.
Yeah. Inside Out 2 has officially hit $1 billion at the global box office.
Yes, in a very short period of time, so it's doing very well.
And let's just take note, this is a movie about a girl's emotions, which I think is to say that if you write a movie with like female leads and emotional things and all that, and it's just a good movie, people are going to go see it. And we can't blame audiences for being sexist.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
And it's I mean, it's a testament to the success of the first one. Of course, it improved on it because I assume people watch more than once. Tell all the friends.
Yeah, I think it's the word of mouth thing. Because remember, like the last few Marvel movies had a good opening day, and then just plummeted.
Oh, yeah, every movie, even Inside Out did that. But Inside Out had a very interesting phenomenon. The first weekend was like high and good, first place. The second week it dropped because they all do, but it remained in first. It still beat the second place, which was, I think, was Bad Boys.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Anyways, so and also another thing to talk about it is like the success of that, including everything we mentioned before, is the fact that there's like so much crap out there that people don't have options. So when they have something, when they have something that's good, is recommended, they will see.
Yeah.
And there was like a hope that this one would be more or less or what they did in the first one. They wouldn't try to, reinvent the wheel or push some more crap, but they would stick to what they started. And they sort of did.
I think they did a good job. I think this would be a good movie regardless of its competition in the box office. It definitely helps that there's not a lot of competition in the box office, but like either way, it's a good one. I'm happy to see it hit $1 billion. And as before, I super recommend it, especially if you have or work with children and adolescents. It's really helpful.
Yeah, if anything, these two, they did it well. They eventually might screw up because if making so much money like that, they're going to make more. And
Right. I think it'd be interesting
Story
to do
3,
like a boys
Toy Story 3
perspective.
was that's it. It was good. They decided to make a fourth one. And now they're gonna make a fifth one, and then they did a spin-off with Buzz that was the disaster. We talked about it. So it's like do like George. Get out. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah. Get out when we're in the top. I know it's and I even start me about Star Wars. Anyways, but yeah. So Inside Out.
Yep.
This past week, we had the BET award, and as award shows do, they have an in memoriam segment.
They did, honoring all the members of the Oscars members of the Academy. Anyway, honoring people relevant to that community who have passed on in the last year or so.
Yeah, I guess it's Black Entertainment Television, so it'd be Black entertainers, Black people that are relevant and important for TV, maybe music. Anyways, and for surprise and gasp of the participants, and of course afterwards of everybody who saw and noticed, they celebrated, they honored one specific actor.
Well known and beloved for his roles in The Naked Gun.
Yes. And that's O.J. Simpson, the Juice.
I mean, it's a choice, and I know,
Yeah, I was like, what? Some people's like, oh. And some people's like, what the heck?
So that was a choice that someone made, and that happened.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely not a mistake. It was like a statement, or it was like a protest. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyways,
Man.
fun fact: OJ was top of the list to be Terminator.
That's right.
Which went to Arnold Schwarzenegger, who did like beautifully, and one more. The second one is even better, and the other one's not so much. But then he helped his career to become a great action hero actor.
Yeah.
And
An
OJ,
icon.
And OJ, what happened to him? We're not gonna
I
talk
know.
about
What a
it
fall
because
from grace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody knows. Okay, Total Mood Shift. Let's talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. Their marketing game has been just on point. Phenomenal. Ryan Reynolds shared some new set pictures.
No, it was not that picture.
Oh, it says set pictures.
Oh, I guess it's a sad picture.
You put it in the script, I'm going to say it, okay?
Yeah, it's a sad picture. It's an Instagram post using a picture that was taken on set.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Recreating
Taylor Swift's Evermore album cover. So Deadpool gazing wistfully into the forest.
Yeah, which is it creates speculations. They already existed. The speculations levels are high, but there's like always speculation that Taylor Swift would be on the movie as a character named Dazzler.
Oh, that's right.
Who's an X-Men mutant and also a singer, a pop star. So
Oh my gosh, that's perfect.
a blonde like her.
Yeah.
So and she was seen around people working with the movie, meaning Reynolds, hanging with him and his wife. And when they were shooting, the director actually showed up too. So there was all that. So the speculations are high. And is this teasing that's gonna happen, or is just misdirection? We'll see. There's gonna be so much in this. I mean, by what they teased, by what we saw from behind the cameras, there's gonna be so much in this movie that if Taylor Swift is there, I guess it will be just a aha moments, like aha, because there's gonna be so many other things, right?
That's true. This movie is going to be pretty packed.
Yeah.
Either way,
someone spotted a flag. There's a scene in like this apocalyptical desert with the body of Ant-Man, a gigantic body like fallen. And
that's
on
right.
the corner there's a flag that looks like the Fantastic Four, which is like, So yeah, besides like Sabretooth and all the other X-Men, and there's like rumors that Jennifer Garner will be back.
Oh my
There's
God.
rumors that Jean Grey, Funky Jensen will be back, and it will be so many characters. So we'll see altogether how this goes. And it's the only Marvel movie of the year, and Deadpool delivers it so far. It's been doing good. People love it. This one's the first Disney one, so let's see how bad Disney screwed this up, or if they left Sean Levy and Reynolds alone to do what they've been doing and doing well.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Either way, like I said, the marketing has been a trip, and I'm enjoying all of it. Okay, and last but not least, we have news of a saint, a newly canonized saint, a young man named Carlo Acutis. He's an Italian teenager who died from leukemia in 2006 and was known for just really being a really good guy and volunteering with the homeless and picking up litter and working at his church and all this other good stuff. But why are we making note of this particular saint?
I mean, why? I don't know.
Saint Carlo.
I mean, he was.
I mean, but on our show, we don't really cover a whole lot of Catholic.
Yeah.
Anything.
What happens is he was canonized as a saint, and he is a gamer, a video game player. To be, as far as I know, to be canonized as a Catholic Church saint, you have to perform 3 miracles. Not one, not 2, but 3. So I don't know. Did he beat a record on Pac-Man? Was that his miracle?
ouch. He died from leukemia. Like,
sure, but to die is not a miracle.
I know. It was like, well.
That's what we got from it. I didn't delve too deep into to see what his miracles was. Or maybe they abandoned that. Maybe they think,
I don't know.
Let's just make good person a saint.
But he's a particular
which is dangerous because a lot of people think Joe Biden is a good person. I mean, they shouldn't, but they do. Maybe they have hidden interests. But anyways, back to the saint. Carlo, San Carlo Acutis.
Yeah, so I guess I assume because of his love of gaming, he is specifically the patron saint now of gamers.
Yeah.
So everybody's got a patron saint now, including
gamers.
The gamers.
Yeah. So when you're trying to beat that level or get the trophy and you're not able to, you can pray to San Carlo. San Carlo, help me beat this.
I guess I'm not Catholic. I don't know exactly how that all works, but they've got somebody for everybody.
Yeah.
Somebody for everybody.
A mass at the San Carlo Church. The hymns will be. Anyways,
on that note,
that's it for this week. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. Celebrate your freedoms in the proper way. And that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so may the force be with you.
Live long and prosper.
Bye.
Bye.